Welcome to Clever Title Pending with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Don't send him title recommendations because Brian knows exactly what he's doing. So just sit down and look pretty as Brian K. Morris scrolls through your comments and plays with his mouse. Join him on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, for Evening Pandemonium and Moonlight Madness. Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Good morning, Nevermorians. How the heck are you? Welcome to that false start there. Anyway, yeah, I've had about 2 hours of sleep last night, but what a great night we had last night on the Clever Title Pending. I hope you get to watch that. Charles F. Millhouse and Bobby Nash were amazing, and anyway, we wound up 2.5 hour show and then wound up staying like way too long up talking. So anyway, let's see what we got here. And we got Sarah. Good morning to you, darling. And Charles F. Millhouse up bright and early, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Carl Witzman, always a pleasure. And Clyde Hall, always a delight to have you here, sir. Hope you're doing well. Doomrocket.com. Teresa Dunn, mwah. Hope all your dreams are coming true this morning. Robert Beatty, always a pleasure, sir. And Ted Davies, hello to you, guy. How the heck are you? Hey, morning. Oh, God, yeah, it is, isn't it? Anyway, Carl Witzman, Charles Millhouse, good morning to all. And Sarah is here early. Woohoo! And, yeah, she was here like 2 minutes before start time. Holy cow. And good morning. Didn't I see y'all last night talk about a Groundhog Day moment? It says Meredith Logren. Yes, Meredith Logren is my personal last saver. Last night we lost our internet for about 5 minutes, and Meredith jumped into the fray and took over the show. And I'm just going to abandon the show more often. She did a great job. Thank you again, Meredith, for pitching in. And good show last night, Charles F. Millhouse. Definitely a good show last night. Seriously, that was a fun show. Such a pleasure to talk to Bobby and Charles, and then we talked for I don't know how long we were up after that. So just a great chance to catch up. And hey there, hey Sarah, mwah, glad to see you, hon. And haha, Meredith, yes, deja vu. And sound, yes, we got sound. What are you talking about? And Teresa, good morning, Brian and fellow Nevermorians. How are you this morning, Teresa? Mwah. And good morning to you, Robert Beatty. Sarah says, let's skip right past that. Part 2 of the serial killers is up from drive-through-rpg.com. Check it out. It is awesome. And I'm such a cunning linguist. Yes, you are. You put your tongue right on the spot there and came right to the solution. And good morning, all. Good morning, Ted. How you doing? And I didn't even realize it was 2.5 hours, so I looked out the clock at the end. Yeah, same with us. Like it's like, how long have we been on? Dear God. Well, actually, they were on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I was on for about 2:35. So that's okay. Today's another day. Fresh mistakes to make. And Carl, tell me more, says Meredith. Next thing you know, she's going to be wanting to talk about your package, Carl. Anyway, David Atkins, hey, Carl, Meredith, Sarah, and every Nevermorian. I would like to start by asking a simple question. Where do you market your books if you do not have web pages or social media? Is it possible? I will throw that out there. It is possible. It's called paid advertising. That's the one nice thing about social media is that it's about as inexpensive a way to advertise your books. But if you want to pay to play, that's fine. And some of us do. I'm currently doing some Amazon advertising. It's turning out fairly well right now. But, excuse me. But, yeah, you just have to buy advertising. Or, if you're not going to do social media, I'm going to include blogs and podcasts on that because that is a part of social media. This is social media, folks. So is Comics Noob on Fridays on the OnCon Network, the Comic Advocates Network on YouTube, and so I say it's what you do is you have to work a lot harder and spend a lot more, though. And Carl is intrigued by Meredith's offer. And Robert Beatty, Cookie got you hanging from the chandelier again? Oh, yeah, if only. No, it's Charles and Bobby this time. And not up so early. Now I know why I don't do late nights. Yeah, and I keep getting a number. I've had some great offers to do podcasts, and they've been an incredible amount of fun. And I've been invited to come back whenever I want, which, I do want to take them up because I enjoy it. But they're up at they start at 9:00 at night. And I'm like, I'm elderly and I like to get up with my beloved. And, she gets up at 5:00 in the morning. And then last night I was like, a lot of people last night, I was a little keyed up from the discussion because I'd had so much fun. And, Bobby and Charles, I spent a goodly amount of yesterday together, and we solved all the world's problems in the after show. That's one thing if I invite you onto Clever Title Pending, stick around for the after show because that's where the real work gets done, and a lot of the stuff that we're grateful doesn't get recorded. Anyway, so a lot of these guys start out late, and then I have a late night, and I'm just kind of like, the next day. So, and today is no exception with that. But people who are having a great day so far, I am certain of this, are Brian Rose. Brian, good to see you, sir. Sam Schrager, always a pleasure, sir. Rick Ryan, Rick, it is a delight to see you, sir. Hope you're having a great morning so far, you and your wife. And Daryl Shaw, Salem Comic and Toy Expo, good to have you here. And William Alger is watching. William, how you doing? Hope all is well. And everybody, as usual, don't wait for me to tell you. Promote yourself. If you've got a business that you own, a creative endeavor you're involved with, a website, a podcast, YouTube channel, whatever, promote it. Or even a charity that you're fond of, put it in the comments, hit that enter key, and let's spread it all around. Or even somebody you think doesn't do enough of their own promotion, mention them here. Who knows? And let's see here. Let's get back to your comments. And morning, sir. Good morning, Daryl. Hope you and the missus are doing well. And happy anniversary. Happy 25th to you both. And hey, David, says Carl Witzman. I agree. Hey, David. And Bobby and Charles were great, says Meredith Walgren. I agree. They didn't need either one of us. If they keep it up, we'll be out of jobs, calls in the henchman. There are some days I'll call in the henchman to take me out. I'm telling you. But no, last night I lost my internet for about five minutes. And that was one reason I was glad for StreamYard, because the show kept going. And I doubt that if I hadn't said anything, anybody would have noticed that I was gone. So, because, Charles and Bobby were just that fascinating. And I hope everybody was taking notes, because there was a lot to unpack from last night. You got some expert advice from two long-standing writers, two well-respected writers in the New Bulb community, and had a great time. Hope to do it again soon. Charles, it is going to happen, brother. I think we had a winner last night. We really do. And I was checking the numbers this morning, and a lot of people are digging the show. So, yay. Anyway, Carl Witzman, we market on Facebook and via Facebook video, and we're going to some conventions later. Well, yeah, conventions. I forgot about that. But the thing is, you're going to have to step up your game, and not all conventions are going to have guests. And I think for a while, especially with it just hit me that with all the the lost profits from the coronavirus thing, a lot of these promoters are going to be cutting people to the core, and they may not be giving away free tables if they can sell them, and they may not be giving like middle tier guests a shot and just pulling all the money into somebody like from Walking Dead or somebody that would show up. And Brian Rose, yes, you have been missed, sir. Good morning. Long time no see. Brian, it is a pleasure as always. Hope you and Amanda are having a great morning this morning and make it a great day and enjoy some Ted. Oh my goodness. And suddenly Meredith perks up. A few Retrieve #2 books are still available at Ted Davies Artistry. .com. Shop at Ted. Way to go, Ted. Hope you're doing well, man. And I use anti-social media, says Carl Witzman. There we go. Hey, that's what we gotta, all this an antidote to all the perkiness that is so rife on Facebook these days, as everyone's trying to deny the reality of what's outside our windows, right? I'm there. I am so there. And speaking of people I adore, and I am Jessica Johnson, mwah, so glad to see you. And Molly Daniels, mwah, hope you're doing well. And Eric Hawkins, okay, sure, mwah, I know you come to expect that. And Veronica Evans, mwah, so glad you're here. Hope you're having a great day, hon. I miss you, hon. I haven't seen you and the rest of the band for a long, long time. Walk among us. Great piano-based punk rock group. You will dig them. I do. And David Atkins, during this time of the virus that shall not be named, we will name it. It's the My Sharona Miley Cyrus Peter Pandemic. Anyway, is there places anyone can go and market their books in person? Been asked often about public readings and more. Hard to do right now. It is hard to do right now. Places are opening up. Meredith, correct me, but I think it's this weekend or the weekend after is Tampa Con in Tampa Bay, Florida. Of course, they just had some incidents of violence last night. The police are investigating. Basically, they show up at a crime scene, find no one that was injured, and or that where any evidence of a crime being committed until people were starting to throw bottles at them. And I know people are desperate to have conventions. They're losing money, but that's something to be concerned with, frankly. That is something very concerning. And the thing is, having worked with police before, police, and this is under the Supreme Court rulings. This is not it's not like they took it from the page from the Ferguson playbook. Police, if they are met with this level of force, police are authorized to do this much. Now, it's not like somebody tells you, I'm not going to show you my driver's license because I'm a sovereign citizen, and suddenly they pull out their gun and shoot you. That isn't how it works. It's like if somebody comes at you with say a club, you get to use the taser. If somebody comes at you with a knife or a machete, let's say, you get to bring out the gun. So it's not, but right now it's not a very sexy look for them. So, personal appearances are it. Excuse me. But what you might want to do, David, is rev up your vlog again. Right now, the only way that is, that we can consistently get to people is stuff like this. So that's just my suggestion. And of course, there's also quick good morning to everyone. Wow, Jessica, I hope you're doing well. There's also places like Heroes for Kids out of Perrysville, Missouri. Heroes for Kids actually is an organization of cosplayers that sell pop culture collectibles, unique pop culture collectibles, and it goes towards the kids in the community. Plus, they are on model, and I can guarantee that somebody will come in and take a look at them because they're so awesome. So bring them to your convention. You will be glad you did. And we're waiting until September right now, just in case. Yeah. If Illinois continues its progress, I think we should be okay. Illinois is in what? You guys are in phase 3, aren't you, of your five step plan? I know Missouri. I had heard from some people who live there that they were just like, they went straight from 1 to 5, and they said, okay, everything's open. But I was reading last night I finally found an official site for it. And I guess what they're doing is leaving it up to the individual communities, which makes a crap ton of sense. Because, for instance, Lafayette will not require the same level of self-protection that Indianapolis does because of the population density. By the same token, there's a place about 20 minutes outside of West Lafayette called Oxford, Indiana. And I don't even think there's more than 300 or 400 people there, but they're going to require a different level of policing than say Lafayette even. So I'm waiting for September 2. SilCon, I am so craving it. And here we go, Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. That is July 18th. And you all ought to be there. If you have something to sell, like books or comics, or anything really cool and geeky like that, then contact Jessica Johnson and see about getting a table. And Molly Daniel says, I'm awake. Well, that makes one of us. I can't claim that. And good morning, all. Eric Hawkins, glad to see you. Eric Hawkins, the newly minted star of Internet Movie Database. Because Jimmy Starr, the famous Jimmy Starr, is looking at doing a movie based on the events that inspired our comic, and I don't have it with me, unfortunately, or I'd show you. Celebrity Ghost Hunters. I wrote the script based on a plot outline by Kadrosha Onakarol, and Eric illustrated it beautifully. And so they are going to make a movie out of it, and they used our cover, or I should say Eric's cover, as the graphic on the IMDb page, which I just happened to cross it yesterday, and I was totally thrilled. And Eric was just like, one more accolade. I'm so used to them. Anyway, no, he wasn't. And Heroes for Kids Comic-Con, July 18th in Perryville, Missouri, says Jessica Johnson, who would know because she's part of the Hands on the Runner there with her husband, Lonnie. Proceeds to benefit the Missouri National Veterans Memorial Wall and St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And there's still some booth spaces available. Now, at least one of them beside me has been spoken for. But if you pay an extra $25 to Jessica Johnson, she will see that you're nowhere near me, okay? Meredith Logren says, Brian has a profile page on Geek Insider. I do. I'm so proud of it. And it's got his links, so you can stalk him everywhere. And I crave stalkage. I really do. My starving, bloated ego demands nothing less than your total adoration. I love you, Meredith. Thank you so much. Meredith is such a good friend to me. She really is. And waiting for September? Yes, says Sarah. So am I. And let's see. Let's go back to your comments. Shot right back. And Toy Man is back July 12th. Oh, cool. Good for him. Good for Chris McQuillan. Toy Man is one of the leading pop culture events in the St. Louis area, and that is good news. I'm looking forward to return to shows. I really am. Although part of me likes sleeping in on Sundays these days. So, well, it's part of the job, right? We can't do everything we like on the job. Well, Carl Wisman, you mean that conventions won't comp me for having my foot in a 1990s porno movie? Damn. If you had that foot in a porno film, then I'll pay your way, man. I mean, really. And it was my bare foot. Well, you slut. Anyway. Oh, and somewhere, Carl, if you were serious about that, you know that somebody somewhere would have that on a website, like Foot of the Month, because every interest is somebody else's fetish. So anyway, there's probably like a shrine for your foot now, and people of all stripes, are probably flocking there, hundreds of thousands of hits per day to worship at the cuticles of Carl Witzman. Molly Dale's been a couple who own a t-shirt company who are interested. They've been to the Superman Festival before. I need to get you their contact info. Yeah, send it to Jessica Johnson so she can follow up on it. That's a great idea, Molly. Thank you, and hope you're doing well. Miss you. And Carl Witzman, wish we could make it out there to Perryville maybe another year. Yeah, it's well, I was going to say it's a drive, but then again, Carl, I live an hour farther than you do. Actually, Carl, it would be a great day trip for you and Donna because, let's see, from there to get there from where you're at, you'd have to go through Chester, Illinois, which is the home of Popeye. And you go to the museum and tell Debbie Brooks I said hi. So does Cookie. Plus, you could swing over to the Superman not celebration, but the Superman Museum in Metropolis. Oh, let me think now. You're not horribly far away. You're probably about a little over an hour from Sikeston, Missouri. Lambert's, the home of the Throwed Roll, and the food there is awesome. Rob Anderson, July 10th through 12th. Also, the incident was last Saturday with the cops. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. This sort of thing, Rob. Yeah, just one little thing like I can set a community off. I mean, here in Lafayette, it's been almost a month since we had looting, and I'm not even talking about the protests. I'm talking about the looting, and the after the protests were actually I think it was a county sheriff. I think was shot at by one of the rioters. So the after effect of this is going to it just won't die down overnight. That's all there is, to it, I think, because um, one, it makes the news cycle a little spicier, and two, uh, police don't take this sort of thing lying down for the most part. So, and right now, the articles that you guys are sharing this morning on our thread was pretty telling because they were, saying that nobody's got our back right now, and it's true. Police, it's tough being a cop right now, whether you agree with them or not. And I know everyone's desperate to get to the shows, but you know, protesters don't go out to the suburbs, or rather, the rioters, I should say, don't go out to the suburbs to be seen because that's not where the news cameras are. However, a lot of news cameras hang around comic conventions, so be careful. Tampa Bay Comic Con is July 10th through 12th. Man, Florida, you can't go through a day without a hit and run either. Yeah, seriously. So that would be like what, two 2 weeks from this from Sunday, right? Am I thinking that right? So anyway, just the same, be careful, guys. Seriously, I don't want to be the surviving member of Terraform Comics. And Robert Bates' Day of the Dead is still happening in July in Indianapolis. Yeah, July is, it looks like a lot of places are opening up right now. In fact, there have been some shows. Some of them have been in direct violation of local uh, my Sharona rules. So I don't know. And hello, Amy Husband McKinley. Is she shown up here? Yes, she has. Amy, mwah, glad to see you here. And Christian Basil, mwah, here for the monster, are you? And let's see, here we go. Bill Sarden, good to see you. Glad you were here last night, sir. And Paul Bush. Paul, how you doing this morning, sir? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Which reminds me, this coming Tuesday on Clever Title Pending, Paul Bush has a vested interest in that because his beloved T.L. Shively is going to be appearing with Amy Hale and myself, and we are going to discuss contracts, do's, and don'ts. So if you are in the creative field and you're looking for information on signing contracts and stuff, we would welcome your questions. All right. And again, I apologize to everybody. We just did not have enough time to get to everybody's questions last night. Bobby Nash, I love him to death. And he's a great guest, and he's a good friend. And but he admits that you ask him a question, you better get comfortable while you wait for the answer for him to finish. So anyway, I wouldn't know anything about that myself. So anyway, Rob Anderson. Oh, thank you, Rob. Rob, you're the best. You really are. You are the INDEE angel. You are. It'd be like Indy, but spelled like IKEA in a way. But anyway, yes, I just saw this morning also IKEA is opening up its stores again, starting immediately. I saw that the Carmel, Indiana store is finally open, and I'm like, yes, I need some bookshelves. So anyway, it's Hump Day with the Morris Monster. Hump me, Brian. Hump me. Well, I sure will, sir. And Christian is also the host of Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, watchable on Saturdays. Well, actually, it's watchable any day of the week, but the live broadcast goes out on Saturday. If you want to talk about what you're doing this coming Saturday, Christian, please do. And I believe you dropped something, young man. And about to phase 4, says Robert Beatty. Cool. Yeah, we've been in phase 4 for almost 2 weeks now. So, and actually, the statistic I'm following right now is deaths from the My Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter pandemic. But our deaths have gone down. Lately, they've been in single digits statewide. which I think is a testament to the medical community here in Indiana. And as of 2 weeks ago now, I believe everyone can get tested now. So before it was like, well, of course, when it started out, nobody could get tested unless you're rich. And then it loosened up to you could get tested, but only if you display signs of having the C19. Whereas now at certain locations, you can get tested. And I don't believe you have to show symptoms. I'm not 100% sure about that. One of those places is here in Lafayette, and it's about 10 blocks from me. So anyway, Robert, hoping you guys pull through seriously and get all the way to 5. And Jessica Johnson says, Missouri governor reopened the state June 16th. Yeah, I finally found it. I finally found an official statement on that because I'm sure you're not going to lead us to our deaths, Jessica, but I'm paranoid because I'm in a high risk I'm part of the high risk population because of my age and because of pre-existing health conditions. And so I am probably more likely to catch it than a lot of people. And also I'm in the age range now where the death rates for people who are in their 20s and 30s are still in mid to low single digits. I'm in the low double digits. So, and the thing is also, I don't want to bring it back to Cookie. I really, or anyone. I don't want to find out that somebody I know, their grandmother died because they got the COVID virus and I may have given it to them. I couldn't live with that. But anyway, I know you will keep us safe. And anyway, looking forward to Heroes for Kids Con in July. All right. And Eric Hawkins says, Missouri also had a huge jump in cases as well. We can go back into the office if we want, but very few have. And now the few that have gone back home due to the spike in cases. I fully support that. And Eric works in the St. Louis area, which I think from the start has been one of the more highly infected areas. But then again, because of the population density, I think that makes a huge difference in that. So anyway, stay safe, Eric. The world needs you. I need you. I need to keep riding your coattails. And Amy Husman McKinley, good morning. Hello, good morning. Mwah, hello, and good morning to you. Hope you're having a good morning, my darling. And Jessica Johnson's head back to work. Everyone have a fantastic day. Hugs to you and Cookie. Hugs and love back to you and Lonnie. All right. You have an exceptionally wonderful day. David Atkins says, I will have the sketch finished today! ! I am going to be posting my beginning start for the next child we are helping with support and more. So thrilled to be helping children again. Well, very cool, David. That is good. Good of you to be using your art to make the world a better place. And I'm not joking when I say it. And good morning, Paul Bush. How you doing, brother? How is it going? And you crack me up. That's what our job is here. We are the chief cheerleader of the cosmos and comic relief for y'all. Anyway, hope you're having a good morning, Amy. Amy, love you so much. And good morning, everyone, says Bill Sarton. Good morning to you, Guy. Hope you're having a good morning. Kudos for the show last night. Thank you. It was very informative. I only wish that Charles F. Millhouse had been told that his audio was low. I saw a couple of other people comment on it besides myself. I could hear him just fine, and I've got hearing issues. So it was low, but I was still audible, and I didn't want to risk a chance of losing him entirely the way his show was going. So we'll fix it in the edit, and it'll all be on the blooper reel. So anyway, and everyone's a little weird. That's cool with me. Carl, that's why I get along with everyone. So and one of the stars of Celebrity Ghost Hunters will be a toy man along with Philo Barnhart. Oh, that one? What's his name? I don't remember him. I didn't see his name in the comic. Did you? Anyway, well, cool. You could go up and get him to autograph your book for you. Wouldn't that be swell? And Paul Bush says, Eric Hawkins, I need a Zombiful t-shirt. Eric, hear that. Hear that your audience is you doing your merch research for you right there. And Carl Wisman, we plan to do all that kind of travel sometime in the future, a tour of Southern Illinois. Yeah, Southern Illinois is lovely, especially after living in the middle of Illinois. I told people if the middle of Illinois was any flatter, it'd be Kansas. You know, yeah, it's just like it just stretches out for miles and it's just flat and boring. But you get into the southern part of Illinois and you've got those wonderful hills and the mount driving between the what used to be, larger hills. I hate to call them mountains, but there's some beautiful scenery down there where it's just like this big, beautiful, wavy carpet. So, I love Southern Illinois. I really do. At one point, we were looking at moving down there. Actually, it's closer to 15 years ago. We were looking at moving to Southern Illinois, but decided at the last minute just stay where we were. Not sure that was a great idea. Robert Beatty, but the one thing you all have to look forward to is you will eventually come off lockdown completely. Illinois will never be off lockdown until they have a cure or an effective treatment. Well, the thing is, Robert, even here in Indiana, our website, which is beautifully designed and you can find things there, unlike Missouri's, we have our phase 5 still involves masks and social distancing, simply because, and this is science, people, it has nothing to do with your stinking rights, because it's not in there. It has everything to do with science says that it's the most effective way, along with washing your hands, of keeping the coronavirus at bay. Duh. Listen to Jor-El, or in this case, Curel. So anyway, that's his cousin. They're so glad he went into medicine. But yeah, even our phase 5 involves still some form of social distancing and some discipline. I think once we get that vaccine, and I think we'll be on the road to being fine again. I think things will really start to open up then. And I did admit I did not watch it all, but I did see a statement by Dr. Anthony Fauci in his testimony to Congress a day or two ago, where he said that he is optimistic that we could see an effective virus by the start of 2021. And this guy has been very guarded in his predictions. So when he's saying this sort of thing, I'm like, okay, I am listening to you, sir. This sounds good. Keep me posted, Dr. Fauci. And he bases all of his stuff on information. So as opposed to everybody who's like, well, I don't like breathing through a mask. Well, I don't like breathing through a ventilator, so deal with it. Anyway, and Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. is here. Tyrone, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you are having a great morning. Glad to see you. And I will be watching Tuesday, says Paul Bush. You will, of all of us, Paul, you probably have less choice than I do about watching, because T.L. Shively is enchanting, and I know you will be glued to the screen. If not, she'll glue you to it. Ted Davies mentioned Retrieve, and there is the link at Ted Davies Artistry. Thank you, Carl Witzman. Excellent. And John B. Pica says, good morning, Multiverse. Good morning, Citizen Pica. How are you today? Hope your morning's going well. John F. Millhouse, July 19th, I'll be at the Buckeye Comic-Con in Columbus, Ohio. I'll be wearing a mask, have sanitizer on the table, and books to sell. I've been carrying sanitizer for 2 years, so I'm ahead of the curve. I may wear my the mask that goes along with my Superman shirt, so we'll see what happens there. Bobby does the heavy lifting, that's for sure. You did your share, sir. You were quite muscular in your presentation last night. I was very impressed with both of you, Charles. So do not belittle yourself. You carried your weight. The only weak link in this was me. So anyway, Amy Hale, good morning. Mwah! Amy Hale, who will be on Clever Title Pending this coming Tuesday to talk about contracts do and don't, along with T.L. Shively. Glad to see you, Amy. Hope you're doing well this morning. Good to see you. And Eric Hawkins responds, Paul Bush, you want some T-shirt merch from Eric Hawkins? Well, feast your squinties on that, I'm telling you. You ask and he complies. And Molly Daniels, sorry, internet crapped out for 5 minutes. So, for you or just for me? Mine goes out for about 5 minutes. I have no idea what it is. We are looking at possibly getting another carrier here in in Lafayette. It'll be our third one since we moved here, or fourth actually since we moved here 5 years ago. And if Eric Hawkins gets some gratitude from Paul Bush, there you go. Now you got some where to form locations. And Paul Bush is a zombie in my new book, still available on Indiegogo, and check it out. And that's the secret perk. That is the link to the secret perk that you get only because you're a friend of this show. So check it out because you get some really sweet stuff there. I think I'm down for that, I think. So anyway, I'm supporting my man, I tell you. Anyway, check it out. And Paul Bush, I saw your appearance. It is glorious. And Molly Daniels, Second Chances, number 8 in the Arbor University series, survived the editing process with minimal bleeding. Oh, so happy the patient pulled through. And as soon as I recuperate from my long hours at the day job, I will get it formatted and ready to publish. Well, good for you, Molly. Good progress. I love seeing that, girl. And the Zombie World of Oz number 2, says Eric Hawkins, has been edited and is in pre-press for the printer as we speak. Just waiting on my updated quote from the printer, and then the files are off to them or another printer if I don't like the quote. Well, by God, if they don't know who they're dealing with here, they don't know they're dealing with the superstar, Eric Hawkins. So, they better come across, I'm telling you. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Like I said a few days ago, I went through the main story. Wow. And I'm not saying this just because Eric is here, because Lord knows I really care very little about most people's feelings. Anyway, or at least I seem to. But anyway, Eric knocked it out of the park. Eric did a bang-up job on the second issue, and I'm so very proud of him. So definitely check out the Zombie World of Oz number 2 right now, and check out the great perks he's got going with him, great thank you gifts. And Bill Starn says, after Dr. Fauci mentioned yesterday at Missouri being one of the states that is recently experiencing a spike in the virus, I don't see how any shows will be allowed by their governor anytime soon. It's state by state, and plus there are a lot of financial factors, I suspect, going along with it, because a lot of governors, would rather see their people die than stop money coming into the state. Sorry, was I editorializing again? Bad, Brian. Bad spank, Brian. No, seriously, a lot of people want life to return to normal. And I'm going to do that in air quotes, normal. I have a feeling this is going to be something like 9/11, where really we never went back to normal. Try flying sometime and tell me we've gone back to normal. And the thing is, they are saying, Dr. Fauci himself was saying that it's too soon to talk about the possible effects of a second wave, because we haven't even left the first one yet because of those spikes. Now, Missouri is one of the places, but the Missouri governor is allowing each municipality to decide where they stand and how they're treating the virus. And I don't know specifically about Perryville. I know the county has been kind of phase 5 about it, it sounds like. But that'll be up to the promoters, and it'll be up to the venues, too. That's why you've seen a lot of places, a lot of shows being canceled right now, because the venues are running scared that somebody's going to sue them. But, people would rather have someone else's grandma dead than see the economy tank. And we've taken a hit on the economy already. I think it'll bounce back fairly soon. Charles F. Millhouse, sorry about the audio issues. My wife told me the same thing. My computer is an old one, so I'm sure it's on my side. Yeah, and I didn't know. Sometimes you can fix that by logging out of StreamYard and going all the way out, then coming back in again. But I was afraid of some, especially with my kerfluffle, that something happening that was worse. And I did see some comments on it, but we've all got volume controls on our computers, or should. So there's some that I adjust the volume of the thing this week, and like I said, I could hear it, and I've got some hearing issues. So it's not that I'm unsympathetic, but I just was just weighing the factors, and I think having Charles around was it was better than not having him around and not being able to get back. Christian Basil says the Traveling TARDIS audio episodes drop every Saturday on Facebook. This Saturday will be Yi Ji Su from the TV movie live broadcast is whenever the heck we can get the talent on. But I can safely say Sophie Aldred will be live broadcast July 3rd. I love Sophie Aldred. I met her one time in Metropolis. She's a wonderful lady. And Ace is one of my favorite companions. But yeah, for those of you who don't know or don't remember, Yi Ji So, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, was one of the companions from the Paul McGann TV movie on Fox back in '96. So I'm sure he's got some incredible reminiscences. Plus, I believe he's been working on some of the big Finnish audios. So that will be fun. That will be good. I'm going to have to tune into that, Christian. You can't stop me. And Teresa Dunn, come to southeastern Iowa, where the little town of Keokuk borders Missouri and Illinois, where the George M. Verity paddle wheel boat sits at the riverfront. Keokuk is kind of nice. I actually like it. I don't know that I could live there, but I do like it. It is cute. It's a nice little community. I love your downtown. Eric Hawkins, geez, viruses, murder hornets, riots and looting, and now Sahara dust storms in the Midwest. What is next for 2020? Don't ask. Yeah, I saw that, and I saw that. Where was it? Somewhere else was having like these dust tornadoes. That basically they're comprised mostly, of an inordinate amount of dust and dirt, not just dust, but dirt as well. And they are looking, for like some major redistribution of land. 2020 is turning into a sci-fi movie. If somebody tells me tomorrow that Sharknadoes are appearing, I wouldn't be surprised. And the thing is, I'm about to say the funny thing, but this is far from amusing. We've still got over 5 months left to go in 2020. So stay safe, stay smart, wash your damn hands, and never apologize for being awesome. And Teresa Dunn has a link to Poetry Expressions. Good girl, Teresa, good girl. And check out that book. Number 2 is currently being edited, and it is pretty darn good. I'm enjoying it. David Atkins, the guy just passed out behind the wheel because of him wearing a mask. Many more are passing out in stores because of mask. Asthma, COPD, and more have issues with wearing masks and are feeling lost. They have an excuse, okay? And they can get out of a lot of these local ordinances if they just say that they have a problem. It's the people who just can't understand that people can die from this. Those are the ones I have issues with. And I have some friends that are posting now how to get around the requirements. If you need to, if you want to have like a party in a bar, here's how you do it, that sort of thing. And I think it's insane. I really do. And Joe McKeel is here. Joe, it is a pleasure as always, my friend. Howdy, Brian. Howdy, Joe. Tune into Stupid O'Clock, which I'm checking my time. I believe that's Friday nights. And it's Thursday night. So you're going to have a Stupid O'Clock tonight, aren't you, my friend? All right. Check out Stupid O'Clock here on Facebook and all other places. I'm sure. Do you like have a YouTube presence? I'm just curious. Anyway, check out Stupid O'Clock. It's great conversations on there, really fun. And Rob Anderson, thank you, Rob. And that's Rob Anderson post. All right, that's even better. I love seeing you promote for yourself, bro. I'm telling you, that is great. And check out catdansupermom.com for a really, really fantastic comic. Robert Bay says Pritzker said yesterday kids can return to school this fall, but with masks. How is gym class and lunch going to work? Badly. How's that? And yes, Carl Wisman, why was he wearing a mask in his own car? People are weird. Yeah, the thing is, if you're out in the open, you really don't. Masks are not quite as important as long as you keep social distancing. And in your car, you might as well take it off. I've seen people driving around with it. Now, I have seen people, on the other hand, who have breathing issues, David Atkins, and they are wearing that mask for that reason. Yeah, it's, I just think you're better off with it. Seriously. And some people have issues with masks, but the ones you're hearing about have nothing to do with difficulty in breathing, more or less inconvenience, and I just think it's selfish. Better question is, how long was he wearing it before he passed out? I mean, him wearing it in his car is not the problem. Would it be better to pass out in a store and not be helped? Uh, was he not helped, or are you conjecture? Is that conjecture, David? I mean, the inclination of most people is to help. And if they're in a store, usually there'll be somebody who works in the store that will be able to assist them. They're actually worse off in a car, particularly if it's moving. So, and like I said, if you're, and like Carl said, if you're in a car, you don't really need to wear one there. And Dave Rediger, good to see you, Dave. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Morton, thought about you yesterday as we took the kids down to Metropolis. Hope you got inside the museum. Please tell me you did. And if I'd known, I'd have told you all the good places to eat down there, Dave. I hope you guys had a great time down there. And hope you got to meet Morgan and everybody in the museum. David Atkins, I see the same pandemic happening again because of the HIV panic. What? Ignoring those who needed help were ignored. I was hoping to never be that way again, but here we are demonizing people for stuff. Well, the demonizing is going on both sides. I'm willing to demonize people that don't follow the CDC regulations because we've all, I've got like about 120,000 examples here in the U.S. alone of what the virus can do. I've got a friend who caught pneumonia and is still suffering damage from it, even though he has gotten rid of the virus by now. He may have antibodies, but still. But yeah, and David, from the start, they said there were going to be waves of this, and even at the start, they were talking about a second and third wave. Also, I'll really make your day, David. There are some experts in the virus field that are saying that this is not the first pandemic. Not just Spanish flu, and HIV is another epidemic. But on that one, immediately we flattened the curve on that one to the point where we can treat it now. By the same token, we've had things like SARS, H1N1, avian flu that we've had minor epidemics of. But the thing is, these viruses keep mutating, and unless we take proper precautions at the start, many experts are saying we will probably have another pandemic in a couple of years, and it will be far worse than this one because the viruses get worse. So, but I don't understand that again about the HIV thing at all. Sorry. Must be the lack of sleep. Molly Daniels forgot to mention Kenzie's Best of Both Worlds print edition is back up on Amazon with a larger font, new back cover, and some minor editing. This is number 3 of the Chosen series, so check it out on Amazon. Molly Daniels. And this is under Kenzie Michaels, is it? Your alter ego? Robert Beatty says, I'm all for anyone who wants a vaccine, but I will not take something they just whipped together a year unless the politicians in Washington are the first in line to get that needle plunged in their arm. You know they will be. Robert, you know they will be. They will get, if it shows any sign of, possible positive outcome, they're going to get it long before we do because they are who they are. And the next wave will be the celebrities. Kim Kardashian will have her pants down, ready to get the shot in the butt. Her and Kanye both, because they're celebrities and far more important than you and I. So anyway, Molly Daniels, am I cynical this morning? Must be a lack of sleep. Anyway, Molly Daniels says, got asked last week, what kind of lumber company runs out of lumber? Responded with, we're apparently now your number one plumbing store. Oh my God, that's brilliant. That's funny. Did you really run out of lumber? Or was this, from, well, of course, I gotta say that our local Lowe's, the first Sunday that we, I think we went to phase 2, there was a line outside the Lowe's. I mean, it stretched almost the length of the entire building. And it was, obviously people that were there who wanted to get some of their projects done while they were still in lockdown. So did you guys run out of lumber? That's fascinating. Christian Basil, I don't like wearing masks, Brian. I don't like being on a ventilator. Me, did I leave the dryer on? It must be. And I don't like breathing through a dryer either, Christian. So just letting you know. Molly Daniel says, but our lumber is nearly restocked if we can keep it from flying out the door again. Maybe somebody, somebody may have made that connection between wood, and they're probably wondering why they're getting all the splinters back there. Here we go. Bill Sarn says, and this is much better, Bill. Take a break from the protest riots, Sahara dust storm madness, and join the far out and groovy people by clicking on Sardenart76, the artwork of Bill Sarden on Facebook, for better days from yesteryear. His skillful sketches, wacky watch parties, and other snazzy surprises will bring a much-needed chuckle and a smile to your day. So check out the artwork of Bill Sarden, where everything old is new again. There you go, Bill. Be positive. I like that. And Carl Wisman, let's talk about writing. I'm being bad and haven't written in weeks. Anyone else having issues? I'm having some. I've had some management, and I've had some bouts of depression recently, and that has stolen a little bit of my energy. But otherwise, we're going to be sending something to Charles F. Millhouse today for his new adventure magazine. I'm so excited for that. And reading some stories that have been submitted to me for Doc Saga. I'm so excited about that too. And plus, I've got somebody else's story I said I would proof for them, and I'm looking forward to that. Plus, I've got my first story that I'm doing for Terraform Comics, Scarlet Trace, brand new adventure strip, very pulp, very noir. And I'm looking forward to that so much. It's a character I've had in my head for years, and it wasn't until I started talking to the Terraform people that I realized that it would work better as comics than prose because there's a lot more fun I could have with it. So that's going to be one of the first titles coming from Terraform Comics, which Terraform Comics, TerraFormComics.com. We're changing the landscape of comic books. Kofefe. And I've seen some of the stuff that's crossed our paths. We've had some really quality submissions, and just what I've seen so far, and looking forward to it. In fact, if you have any comic idea that you would like to present, we have a submissions form at terraformcomics.com, and it's a pretty simple form, but it lets us know that you've got whether you do or don't have something that we might be interested in publishing. And Rick Bradley says, "Good morning, Nevermorians. I've finally arrived." Well, it's about bleeping time, dude. We've been waiting. I've been vamping till you show up, sir. Glad to see you here, Rick. Hope you're having a great morning. Russ Maharis, glad to see you too, sir. And of course, Merritt Spicer. Mwah! Hope you're having a great morning too, Merritt. Good to see you here, all of you. And Russell Allen, a pleasure, sir. Hope you're having a great morning so far. And let's see, except for my humor, I guess, says Eric, or excuse me, says Carl. Rick Bradley on a dare. Sam explores an old house that supposedly was the scene of the grisly murder of a family. He found a little blue marble for proof he was there. After getting home and shining the marble under his light, faces could be seen, faces in horrible pain. But that's just his imagination, right? Find out in Rick Bradley's first published work, The Marble, in the horror anthology The Nightmare Collective from Neoleaf Press, available on Amazon in digital and in paperback form. Let's try to catch up with your comments here. I'm only 4 minutes behind. That's pretty good. We were well over an hour behind last night, but that was because your questions and the answers were so awesome. Rick Bradley, come check out his Facebook page at rbradley42 and his website at authorrickbradley.com. And he's going to have an announcement this weekend, ignoring the 24-hour news cycle. Very courageous, sir. And Christian Basil, can we put certain cuisines off the menu that start deadly viruses? Asking for a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend once removed. Yes, just stick with the pasteurized bat soup, and I think you'll be fine, Christian. We've had no ill effects from it yet. David Atkins, many did not remember how during the HIV panic they were not helping people, but instead were under the idea that everyone was infected and were afraid to touch anyone, plus all the bad info given. Well, you see, that's the thing, though. We knew so little about HIV at the time. And still a lot of people don't know a lot about it. And I only recently brought myself up to speed on it. And the coronavirus is the same because nobody knows enough about it. We know more than we did 3 months ago, but 3 months ago we didn't know about it. So, and the thing is, the CDC has been saying, just assume you've got it and take proper precautions against infecting people, which is about the best thing you can do. And that was one of the first things with HIV. They said, be careful, basically, that don't be exchanging bodily fluids with people you don't know, and don't be using other people's needles and the whole 9 yards. But again, people were ignoring. So you're right. People don't, I didn't get where you were going at first. And I appreciate your clarifying that, David. And you're right. There are some parallels to be drawn from this. And Joe McKeel says, hey, giving Kim a shot in the butt would be a waste of a vaccine. It would get stuck in all that silicone. Isn't that the truth? Probably shatter the needles if they tried to inoculate Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. But, that was the thing. You notice when this virus was first announced as being a thing, you notice the first people that got tested were like the Kardashian family. Huh? It's like, ignoring all the other people that could have used it. And in fact, some of them got more than one test just to make sure they still didn't have it. And, yes, they paid for it, but just the same, there were people who couldn't get it at all. So, and I'm working but listening. What day is it, says Michaela Jade? I have no idea. No, it's June 24th, 2020. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday because I crossed off Tuesday yesterday. So at least I hope I'm up to date. And I'll send you the picture of our empty shelves. Okay, Molly. How did you know I had a thing for that? Anyway, Robert Beatty, enjoying me some Aunt Jemima pancakes topped with some Mrs. Butterworth syrup. I hope I'm not offending anyone by this. Excuse me, I gotta go wash it down. Oh my God. That was Robert Beatty, not Brian. Please. Oh, okay, Robert. It was good knowing you before you got canceled, sir. Don't ever try for that state job, okay? And it's humping day, Michaela. Now that's what we should be talking about is humping, right? Right, Meredith Logren? And Rick Bradley, thanks to being crazy busy at work, I'd have better copy. I'll be listening though. Well, then drop what you're doing and write better copy. That's, this is your life. This is your career, dude. This writing thing, this day job is just temporary. You know what I'm saying? Mine was. Or as somebody told me at the water company, Brian, we're all temps around here. Hey, you guys, Russell Allen, glad to have you here. Hope your morning's going well, my friend. And let's see here. Meredith Walgren says, I haven't had a chance to work on my second edit for The Dying. That's okay. That's okay. You are worth waiting on. I will be patient and wait for the brilliance to occur. Molly Daniels needs to go get ready for work. Glad I could stop by for a few. Molly, I'm glad you could too. I miss you, darling. You have a great day. Have fun stocking those shelves and take care of yourself, please. The world needs you, hon. Eric Hawkins, I'm a little lost myself. For the first time in months, I have nothing to draw for Zombiful World 2. I have some commissions to work on, but I'm not sure what to do with myself. Drink. Seriously, drink. I was looking over the plot for Zombiful World of Oz #3 and the Hounds of God and the Emerald Scarab. Well, Eric, I can always send you that those other 6 pages for the Nature Boy story. Put some dialogue on them and get them to you. If you're looking for something different to do. Anyway, Molly Daniels says son's wedding is this weekend. Looking forward to having the next 4 days off. Well, God bless him and bless your son's wedding. All right, and I hope you guys have a great time. And I hope he and his bride have many wonderful years of happiness together. And Carl Wisman, poor Meredith, you are a busy lady. She is, and I'm not helping her any either. She is just so helpful to me, seriously. And let's see, oops, there we go. And David Atkins says this whole year of 2020 should expand a ton of new books. Seriously, this is way too good for people not to take advantage of killer hornets, sandstorms, and Mad Max in the cities. No joke. Man, when places like where was it? Like Portland create their own, their own Thunderdome, which I'm hearing is they are trying to talk to the people nominally in charge about leaving the place. Everything was fine until the so-called guardians of the place that we in the civilized world call thugs. Went in with guns and decided, to allow other people to shoot each other and then not let the police in. And the thing is, then they get mad at the ambulances for not coming in. Well, the thing is, a lot of municipalities, including Lafayette, have a standing rule that if the ambulance attendants are in any, or the EMTs are in any sort of potential danger, the police are to go in first and make sure it's safe. When I did my last Citizens Academy gig with the Lafayette Police Department, we had a big fender bender on the main east-west artery in Lafayette, and in fact, it was at an intersection that is the most dangerous in town and is the 10th most dangerous intersection in the entire state of Indiana. It is a clustercluck. It really is sometimes, especially at rush hour, and that's just what this is. And the ambulance was hanging back by half a block because they weren't sure it was safe to get into that area. So my police guy and I had to go weave in through the traffic to get there, and I got to ride with the siren going and the lights. So bucket list accomplished. Anyway, so yeah, no, I understand the city being taken down. I really do, and it's amazing how I can get a digression going. David Atkins, if a writer cannot use these days to find some great ideas, they are starting to get too addicted to the news and drama. Take what is given and start a killer hornet romance horror. Twilight did it. There we go. There we go. Well, Doctor Who had an episode with your favorite, Agatha Christie, and giant killer bumblebees. Russell Allen, Carl, did you see Doritos has pickle flavored chips now? I think Meredith sponsored them. Oh, good for you, Meredith. You're a savior. Robert Beatty, though these really are some good pancakes. I wish you all could be here to eat my racist pancakes. Oh, Robert. Shame on you, young man. Shame on you for being so amusing. Anyway, Russell gets laughed at by Carl. I think it was her idea that Doritos ripped off. That could be. And Russell Allen says, Wendy Steen Shaner has a new Kickstarter releasing today at 6 p.m. Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. Check out the newest awesome installment of Naughty Fairies Stripper Assassins. I love it. It could be the Sharknado of comics. Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassins, and Carl Witzman is now trying to find the address for that. It sounds like something that young man, that poor man would crave. Anyway, and I would too. So anyway, and there is the link. See, there you go, Carl. Russell has made it easy for you. And next thing will be Amy Hale flavored Jolly Rancher candies. Oh my God. And Amy Hale's like, what? Next thing will be Amy Hale flavored Jolly Rancher candies. Oh dear. Well, Amy Hale may be going into politics because she'll promise a chicken every pot and a coffee can by every Vogue chair. So yes, last night, Amy, in case you didn't see it, my guests had to use the facilities rather badly towards the end of the show. Well, after 2.5 hours and we're all drinking, yeah, no kidding. But I believe it was Charles that said, I'm going to have, if this show doesn't end in a minute, I'm going to have to pull an Amy Hale. So, Amy, you have made a lasting contribution to the show. I'm so proud of you. And you didn't even have to mention dino porn. So that's really glorious. Well done, young lady. Well done. Let's see here. And what we got? All right. And here we go. I missed one just popped up. Okay, the comments from YouTube are coming in a little later than Facebook for once. David Atkins, oh my unholy foods! Some edibles should never be created. Banana split cereal, marshmallow cereal, and so many others I have seen that should not be marketed ever. Hey, now I had one. I don't remember who it was that made it, but it was birthday cake ice cream flavored marshmallows. And it was marketed by Cold Stone Creamery. And I ate that stuff, and it's like, I'm going to have to go like on a 24-hour fast for a solid week before I see my doctor next time. It was just, shameful amounts of sugar in there. Meredith Logren laughs at Russell, with shame on you, Meredith. And she said she knocked on Doritos' door and demanded double my pay from 0 to 0. Wow, stand firm, young lady. They told me to take my pickled pits and shove off. That's no way to talk to a giantess, if only in my mind. And in my mind as well, Meredith, because all I'm thinking is, anyway, and I'm still on Amy Phil. Yeah, that's it. We could all get flavors of Jolly Ranchers of ourselves. That's horrific. And Russell Allen, it's a great story about domestic violence and human trafficking and the fight against it. Yeah. Okay, I could see that, but wow, that makes it sound like, like a combination of ElfQuest and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's interesting. I may have checked that out. Carl Witzman, I am bookmarking that stripper fairy site. See, the title brings them in. That's all there is to it. Rick Bradley says the candles will have to be book shaped so the spines can be licked. Yeah, the candies will have to be book shaped so the spines can be licked. Yes. And last night we were licking books. And Bobby Nash was appropriately horrified, I think. And Robert Bay, I'm just waiting for a killer shark to swim into Lake Michigan and bite Petey Pritzker on the ass. Yeah. It would not break my heart. I gotta say, just some tiny little nibble. Russell Allen says, check out my live video with her last night for more info, or you can message her. And I hope you're going to put up that link. That would be awesome. Oh, yay. I'm glad I'll forever be remembered for needing to be Amy Hale. I know. It's an honor. Yeah. And I'm noted for my depravity with extinct reptilians. So, yeah. Welcome to my world. And let's see here. Carl Witzman says, stomp them, Meredith. And stomp them, Chip, says Carl Witzman. And rawr, says Meredith Logren. Oh, my God. It's getting violent now, and I love it. Carl Witzman, the last sight that the Doritos president would see would be Meredith's underpants. Well, might be worth it. But what if she's not wearing any? That's why I'm kind of putting the smart money, at least mine. Michaela J says, I've recruited another author to the dark side. She was thinking of getting out of this biz because of various reasons. I talked her out of quitting, and she's now part of my tribe. Well, very cool. Good for you, Michaela. Seriously, we are stronger together than to lose anyone. So good working there. Very rising tide. Better to be remembered for dino porn better than to be remembered for dino porn, Amy, says Carl Witzman. I'll vouch for that. Yeah. And Russell Allen has a link to the Russ Explode page that you need to check out because it'll make you a better person, I'm sure. And Cindy Cap, hello, all you funny folks. Well, hello to you, darling. Mwah. Good to see you. Hope you got some good information last night from Bobby and Charles, Cindy. I was waiting for you to say, yeah, I've been taking advice from this one fool. It doesn't seem to know what he's talking about. Go Pepe. So I understand. So I was feeling a little defensive, like, oh my God, they're going to say don't listen to anybody in the feds. But anyway, no, I hope you got some good advice last night. I really do. Carl Winston says, as long as it wasn't yesterday's underpants, just saying. I didn't bring it up, folks. I didn't bring up the pancakes. Okay. I didn't start this particular fire. Russell Allen, Carl Witzman are being known as pickle pits. That's true. That is very true. And thank you for doing that, Michaela, says Meredith Logren, and I amplify her love. We have to stick together. Exactly. And Carl Witzman agrees. Yes, got to stick together. Seriously. And hey, people like dino porn, but people love Amy Hale, says Rick Bradley. Yeah, and wait till they get a taste of her. Everybody's got the fever for the flavor of Nevermind. Anyway, and Nevermind's the first name of the show. So, see, I told you. Anyway, so anyway, let's. Cindy Cap says for more sources of good info and cool books. Oh, that's me. Thank you, Cindy. I was thinking you'd mentioned CKOEPP.com, CKEP.com, where you can sign up for that amazing monthly newsletter that is just so freaking awesome. And while we're collecting our wits here in the studio, and you can tell why. Let's have a pause. Let's have a word for a pause from see, it's happening again. Anyway, here's a commercial. we go. And then there's more coolness there on Amazon. Thank you, Cindy. You're the best. Also, please check out Cindy Kep at Amazon and at bearpublications.com. She's got a brand new book called Animal Eye that I hope you will be supporting because she's a great lady. All right. So, and David Atkins says, can we get Johnny Depp in for this film as the lieutenant and Scarlett Johansson as the girl? Maybe Marty Perez as the male. Okay. Is this for any one of our Sharknado kind of things that we got going for 2020? It could be good. That could be a lot of fun. So anyway, pardon me. So yeah, only caught up in only just slightly over an hour. Yeah, last night we went totally out of control on the comments, and you had such great comments, and I want to sincerely thank everyone that showed up, and we hope that some of your questions, at least most of your questions, got answered last night, and some questions we did not read them because we had already answered them earlier in the show. I felt so I was just trying to catch up last night, but as it was when we left, I'd come back from being an hour and 10 minutes behind to being only 45 minutes behind. So, and also there was something about crotch fruit on there that I'm sure warrants everyone going back to watch that show. Cindy Cap says her book sale is in its last week at ckoepp.com. You can get books from $10 and scratch and dent for $6. Check that out. It's a good way to sample Cindy Cap's great work, so definitely check that out. And for the Killer Giant Disease Mosquitoes movie, that's all we need now. And Brian got so crazy, he censored himself by removing himself from the video. Yeah, Russell, that's true. Well, somebody had to. I think it was the internet gods. I think I had offended them once too often with my perfidy. So I got put in timeout for 5 minutes. Carl Westman, either that ad is too short or my bathroom is too far away. I need to get a bucket like Brian must have. I have actually not just a bucket, but a mop just in case. And Rob Anderson, there he is. Help us continue bringing you the advocating program and educational panels. Consider donating to the advocating force and help us cover the costs of hosting and equipment needed to do so. There you go. Check it out. If you like what the advocating channels have been doing, please give them some love like you've done for my tip jar, which I will put up right now as long as, but give to Rob first. Give to Rob first. All right. And there's mine. And thank you to everyone who has contributed so far. We will be purchasing some new cameras, maybe another, some more sound equipment, all kinds of cool things. So anyway, it will be cool, and the show hopefully will be better as a result, although the host will still suck. Anyway, Cindy Cap, have you seen Scarlet preview from Terraform Comics? It is fantastic. Isn't that beautiful? I blanked out on the name of the person who did the layouts, but the finishes are by Luke Stone, and we are using that as an audition page for inkers. So if you've had a yen to ink a comic book series, because we'd like you to commit to the whole 5-issue shebang, please check out that post from Luke Storm made yesterday. Also, don't forget the submissions page on terraformcomics.com. So Killer Hornets have already been used unless we make them giant and go with the Ice Spider film script, says David Atkins. David, just because somebody else has used them doesn't mean you can keep your hands off them. They're public domain, and y'all were fabulous last night. Thank you, Sydney. So were you. And appreciate your questions. You had some great ones. And I loved your question about best and worst ways to sell a book. That was really cool. That was a great question. Joe McKeel, I hate to run, but real world won't leave me alone. How dare it interrupt Nevermind the Furthermore? Really? Why? Oh, confound them, I say. I say you should. I know the antidote for you, Joe. There's a show on tonight around 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, called Stupid O'Clock, and they've got this really great page on Facebook. I think you should show up there and join in the conversation. It's a lot of fun. And Carl Wisman, Meredith versus the Killer Hornets. I can see it now. There we go. Oh, and William Doc Grant. Doc, it is a pleasure to see you. Welcome to the Madhouse. Aloha from Hawaii, Brian. Go Feds, one go. Well, sir, it is good to see you. Doc here has been producing comics for about 400 or 500 years now. Great stuff from our 50th state, and we're so glad to have you here, Doc. Hope, if you got anything to promote, brother, put it in the comments, and let's see what we can do to to get some fresh eyeballs in front of your work, okay? And Killer Giant Disease Mosquito, says David Atkins, would make for a great visual, and for everyone who hates mosquitoes, does great for a romantic backdrop. Final kiss is shown with a giant mosquito on her back. Oh my God. Wow, that's good imagery though. And time to start working on that script, Carl. Make it so. Yes, Meredith Logren. I agree completely. Cindy Kep says, after you get the fantastic vintage fun from Rising Tide, like the original Skyman battles the Master of Steam, you should go to Bear Publication and get Worlds of Weinbaum, which is terrific vintage sci-fi. I agree. Stanley Weinbaum, a classic name of old school science fiction. And they've put together some of his works. It looks like a great book. And also check out Animal Eye by Cindy Kep, because she's awesome. And that's tomorrow night. I don't care. I want it tonight. I don't care what anyone says. I want it tonight, Joe McKeel. Anyway, brother, thank you for being here. Hope you have a great day. Look forward to talking to you soon. And Robert Beatty, rats, I broke a spoke off my fork. Well, it is you have offended the gods of Illinois. That's all there is to it. And don't tempt me, Meredith, although it would be a good comic. I'm all for good comics. We can use more good comics, which is why we're doing Terraform comics. And I have to say, I'm really appreciating the submission process too, because we've seen some decent submissions, I will say. David Atkins, name a book where they started with the ending. Need good reading. Wow. Can't think of anything offhand, but then again, I only got 2 hours of sleep, so I can't think of much right now. Rick Bradley, giant mosquitoes, finally, my time to shine. They never bother me, so I'll take them on. You can have mine, too. I'll even serve up a side dish of killer hornets for you. Meredith Logren, consider yourself tempted. It must become a reality. You only need 2020 for ideas. Classic case of fact stranger than fiction. No joke. And just when we think we have come through the end of the weirdness, here come the dirt tornadoes. Russell Allen says, Meredith is a giantess. I feel as though you should have asked for 000 from Frito-Lay. You deserve it. I agree. I would say, you should have asked for, really, this is such a brilliant idea that I think has such longevity. I think you should have asked for 7 figures of zeros. I really do. You are more than worth it. You earn because that would almost match what you're getting from Terraform right now and from me. Carl Westman, Meredith is bitten by a mosquito while visiting Chernobyl and grows to giant size. Oh, there we go. It's coming together now. And go Terraform Comics, go. Cindy Kep, thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. And go CKOEPP.com, go. All right. Meredith Logren says, damn Skippy, Russell, throwing another 000. That comma is everything. Yes, it is. Commas are, are very important, especially when you're helping cousin Jack off of the donkey. Anyway, we're caught up in your comments inexplicably again. So let's risk the wrath of the sales gods and give you this. All right, and David Atkins has a comment. Hey, there was a Sharknado, so now there are disease pet storms. I guess they're already working on it in Hollywood. That's who's behind all this crap. That's it. Hollywood special effects gone rampant. And Cindy Kep, hashtag bring Cookie home. Thank you so much, Cindy. Much appreciated. I really do. And we're going to get her home. We have been talking about it already. So hopefully. Plus, she's opening up her editing and her formatting business again. So the woman's hanging out her shingles. Go get them. Anyway, and plus, if you need somebody to do flats for your comic book, please contact my wife, Cookie Morris, because she's awesome. And you know what? And let's see, here we go. I'd rather have Sharknado than COVID-19. That's true, because at least with Sharknado, you get a chance to look at Tara Reid. You know what I'm saying? Growl. Anyway, She's an actress? Well, geez, I just thought she was eye candy. But anyway, we are caught up with your comments. And so right now I'm dragging. I seriously am. Like I said, I had a late night last night and I'm starting to feel it. So you probably can tell. So anyway, I think I'm going to call this a morning and give you all an early day today so that you can go forth and be creative. And Robert Beatty says, bring Cookie home and keep Cookie home. Thank you, brother. So very much appreciated. And here we go. Mix the storm, says David Atkins, that is coming in the locust swarms that have hit 5 countries and make it devouring disease storms. Everyone stay inside and plug all vents. Watch the locusts swarm the windows. Aren't you a ray of sunshine today? And Capricorn 2 says, Carl Witzman, there we go. And bring Cookie home, keep Cookie home. Thank you so much, Robert Beatty. I appreciate that, man. And do we let Brian go early? Well, apparently not, because I just saw my inbox blow up here. Rick Riley says, everyone take care and stay creative. You too, Rick. Thank you for being here, man. And Christian Basil says, you call with Tara Reid does acting. Well, she keeps getting hired. There must be something she's doing. Anyway, Meredith Logren says, naps are lovely. Yeah, I'm feeling one coming on. I just don't want you guys to watch while I do it. This isn't stupid o'clock. Yes, I got to say, it's stupid o'clock. When I was on there is one gentleman who apparently this is way past his bedtime, and he's a wonderful guy. But they were telling me about how he had fallen asleep one night on the show. And so what was originally to be a 2-hour show turned into like a 4 or 5 hour show as they were doing everything they could to wake him up, which included playing loud music through his earphones, and even what they call brown noise. And if you want an explanation, I'll give it to you. Otherwise, I'll let you use your fevered imaginations. But and he slept right through it. And the funny thing was, he after they described that to me, he fell asleep again. So I felt so privileged. I felt like one of the gang. How can I be out of break already? I'll catch up to you later, says Cindy Cap. In the meantime, go grab a copy or a few of Rising Tides books, and then go sign up for Cindy Kemp's newsletter at ckoepp.com or on her webpage so that you can get the free fiction sneaky link tomorrow. Ooh, check out ckoepp.com. That's PP, okay? Don't forget that. That's important. PPs are important. And anyway, thank you, Cindy, for being here. Mwah. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And bye, everyone, says Carl Witzman. And enough info given. Get to writing and make this week great. I hear you, David. Thank you for your contribution. Christian Basil, I actually went one episode without flirting with Meredith or Sarah. I'm slacking. I made Brian say hump. On a day like this, it's on most of the time, it's like you have to try to prevent me from saying hump. Hump, hump, hump. Anyway, oh my goodness, I will never get those state jobs. So anyway, what we're going to do, folks, is we made it to almost a half hour. So by the time I say goodbye to everybody, we will have hit a half hour. So what are our programming notes for today? Oh, wait a second. Here we go. One more. Amen to that, David. Carl said, bye, everyone. Get creative or take a nap. This is my last message to the Nevermorians today. Love and hugs. Love you too, Meredith. Again, thank you for last night. And if you need me for Friday, please let me know, all right? I believe I'm free, or at least moderately reasonably priced. And Facebook.com/The Traveling TARDIS. Help us get to 35,000 subscribers. Then help Brian get to 100 YouTube subscriptions. Proud to be a part of that. I'm proud to have you here, man. Thank you, Christian. In all seriousness, man, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. And Robert Beatty, are you saying you would be creeped out by us watching you sleep? Hey, I got an idea. When Brian falls asleep, we can snap pictures of him and doodle on the pics and flood his timeline with them. Dude, you know, all I have to do is post your thing about your pancakes, dude, and your toast. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Russell Allen says, have a great day. You too, my friend. Hope you have a great one. And Robert Beatty, hope you have a great day too, my friend. You are funny as hell. Anyway, folks, we are definitely we've closed off the comments, and so we are going to take off from here. So anyway, programming notes right now. Tonight, 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Central, Comics Cubed in Kokomo will have another sales event. Please go check it out. Wednesdays have a little less competition, so I suggest you go tonight if you want some really cool stuff. Tomorrow I'm pretty much off. Wow. How the heck did that happen? Oh dear. Okay, we are going to see this. And anyway, if Brian falls asleep, we can take turns licking his spine. I bet you'll be first, though. I bet you'll be first. And keep Aunt Jemima out of this. If Aunt Jemima wants to lick my spine, I'm perfectly fine with it. Haven't been able to join in, but dealing with day job business. Well, John, we missed you, but we hope you were entertained by what you heard here, and I hope the rest of your day goes much better. But yeah, I could use a good spine licking right about now. So anyway, like I said, tonight, and Martin Piero, glad you're here, sir. Hope your morning's going well. We are going to take off from here, though. And like I said, programming notes tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. Comics Cubed in Kokomo is going to have another great sale. And also check out the Comic Book Advocates Network on Facebook and on YouTube, where there's all kinds of great daily programming at 4 p.m. And also check out the Geek Insider page, geekinsider.com, where I have a profile page, and Meredith Logren puts up all kinds of fascinating articles and podcasts. Also, a big sloppy wet kiss with a lot of tongue to our new friends on iHeartRadio. Glad to have you with us, and we're glad to be with you. And many thanks to Meredith for making this possible. And as for myself, I will be back Friday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Central. And we hope you have a great Wednesday. We hope you all have a fantastic day. We plan on getting some work done after maybe about an hour's nap, and hope that all goes well with all of you. So please take care of yourself, all of you, because I love you all in the most sordid way possible, the kind that loses jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'll be open to admit it. Anyway, love everyone here. Hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget to stay smart, stay safe, wash your damn hands, and never apologize for being awesome, because that's just what you are, okay? So everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and we will see you on Friday at 10 a.m. for another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.